We'll discuss another important tag for web designing, which is the anchor tag. So last time we discussed about inserting table and how are we going to merge the columns and rows using the col span and row span. So today we will discuss the anchor tag. This anchor tag allows the user to navigate content from one page to another page, or simply connecting one page to another page. Okay, so there are three ways where we could implement or we could apply the anchor tag or links. Either you can use picture to represent the link, or either you can use the text or the ID. In anchor tag, you use the href. Href means hypertext reference. So that is basically the reason why the browser could directly connect the specific page or specific portion of the web page. Let's start first with this using ID as a link. Now the ID here is used to reference a certain portion or content of a specific page. Like for instance, here we have a text here, as you can see on screen. We have here introduction, and we have the subtopic 1, and another one is the subtopic 2. Okay, so we will use this ID for to reference the link. Let's say we would like to create links here. Right next to the introduction, and then we're going to just simply write A. So we have here the anchor tag together with the reference or href attribute. So since we will use the ID as a reference to locate a portion of the content of the web page, so we're going to use hashtag. Let's say our ID is called subtopic. You can name your ID. I mean, this is a user-defined ID. And then we're going to have a text here. Okay. So actually what we are using here for the link is a text. But then we're using a specific ID to locate the content of the page. So this is basically just to link content, specific content to the next content within the page. Okay, so we already have the subtopic 1 link. So as you can see, if you browse or move the mouse over that particular text, the pointer would change to this symbol. It means to say that there is something. It refers to a certain, or it links to a certain area of the page. Okay, so we have here the ID subtopic. Okay, so another one is we'll create another anchor tag for the subtopic 2. Okay, and then put here subtopic 2. Okay, so to put the space between the two links, you can use the NBSP. Sorry. Okay, and then to add more space between the links. Okay, so that's it. Now our intention here, as when we link this one, this goes directly, or this space directly, to the subtopic 1, and this one here also would go directly to the target subtopic 2. Okay. Okay, the next step is this. So we already made a link for subtopic 1 and subtopic 2. Now this is an ID, so make sure that this ID is also written in the header tag or the head tag. So we use ID equal to, and then the name of the ID selector. So that is subtopic 1. So this is about subtopic, right? Subtopic 1. This portion here is for subtopic 1. This one. And then we use also ID. I'll specify the ID here. Where is that? Okay, going back to our anchor tag, first anchor tag here is we use the ID subtopic 1, hashtag subtopic 1 with the link text subtopic 1, this one here. And the second one is href hashtag subtopic 2 as our ID, and then with the text link subtopic 2. Okay, so when you link this one, when you click this one, the browser would know as to where, what portion of the page would be the target. Okay, so let us try. So for the browser to know that the target portion of the page or content of the page is this one, make sure that you specify the ID somewhere here in the subtopic 1, because we're referring to this this portion here. And then for the subtopic 2 also, make sure that the ID is also indicated in the subtopic 2 area. Okay, so let's try to click this. So we haven't seen any subtopic area except when we are going to scroll it down, right? So there's something wrong in this area here. So wait, this is H2 subtopic 2. Okay, so there is a space here in the tag. We will remove this one, we will delete this one. Okay, so that's it. Okay, going back, so the content of this page is this texts, but you cannot see the portion of subtopic 1 and subtopic 2. By just clicking this one, since we already established connection from the text link, we can now click this one so that we could see the the content of subtopic 1. So it's here. Okay, so there's something wrong in here. We'll have to save it first. Okay, and then if you are to try to click subtopic 2, this goes to subtopic 2. So basically we successfully create link using the ID. Okay, now what we did is just simply navigate within the page, navigating the content within the page. So what about navigating the content from one page to another page? Now to recall, we did, or we have saved previous files like day1.html and also day2.html. So that would be our example using the using text as a link, but this time from one page to another. So instead of writing the ID here, we will mention the page file name. Say we wanted to navigate or connect this text, this link to day1.html. So we will write day1.html. So we are now making a connection from day 3 to day 1. So you have also to put the text link day 1 topic. Okay, so you have it here in the sample. Okay, so let's try. So let's try to click day 1 topic. Okay, so we have just seen the preview or the output of day 1 topic. Remember this? So this is our discussion of day 1. Now from day 1, we wanted to go back to day 3 where our links are present. Now back to day 1, we will create so this is day 1. We will create a page here. We already have here the anchor tag. We'll change this one to day 3. So this is day1.html, and we wanted to go back to day 3. So we are going to write back to anchor tag href day3.html. So this is day 3 here. Okay, so let's try to close this one. So as you can see, we have here back to day 3. So when we click this day 3, automatically day3.html output or preview will come out on screen. So let's try this one. That's it. So this is the output of day 3. So is that clear to you? Okay, going back, let's navigate. We have here okay, let's click day 1 topic, and this is the output, and then click day 3, and we went back to day 3 output. Aside from using text as our link, we can also use the image. Okay, we will replace this day 1 topic with a picture. And then we'll just copy and paste some of the lines here. This one here, this one, copy and paste it back to day 3, and then instead of text, we will paste it here, the image tag. So here we'll try to use 50. To have a smaller size of the picture. Okay, that's it. So if you try to hover it, to the picture, so automatically the mouse pointer will change, and that would tell us that this links to another page. So let's try to click. By the way, let's save it first. Okay, we will click this, and this is the day 1, and back to day 3. So we went back to day 3. Remember the topic of day 2? So we have this one table. So let's try to apply links using the table. As far as I could remember, I mentioned there that we can use table to do some design or layout, because in that table we can isolate the content, we can isolate the picture from the text, and also with the text to the picture. So let's try to have this one. Okay, presume that we wanted to replace this letter with a picture. So we have the picture here, and then we use also home for TD instead of letters. We use about us and contact, somewhat like a menu or link, but this time it's not yet linked, it's just a text. Okay, so another one is, let's say we have a content here for the cost span. Let's say below it we're going to put a paragraph. See the output? The text or the paragraph is isolated from the picture and from the supposedly links. Okay, let's try to make this home as a link. So we will use the anchor tag, and then we will target that one to a specific page. By the way, you can also like link this one to another page like facebook.com, something like that. But this time we'll just link this one to another page, day 1 HTML, something like that. Okay, so this home here is a link. So we will transfer this text home and then delete the previous one here. So meaning the content of this table or row is a link, right? Okay, so we'll try this one also for the about us. Enter, and then you write, let's say day 2 .html, and then we will write the text about us. Okay, you would know that it's a link because the text will the text becomes blue and it is clickable, just like this one. Okay, so you may turn off the border so that you cannot see the border. Here in the table tag, instead of using 1, we'll use 0 to make it invisible. So just like that, as if you are doing the layout. As simple as that. Okay, so I hope everything is clear to you. Again, going back, links can be done using the anchor tag and also the attribute href, and you can use picture to represent the link, or you can use text also. And if you wanted to, like example, your page is too long for too long and it could not be displayed in one screen in a screen and you need to scroll it up, you can use ID so that it could directly refer to a specific content, right? So you can use the ID and make sure that you follow also, you indicate also the ID name in that particular portion of the web page. Okay, so that's all for today and I hope everything is clear to you. Thank you very much.